comes out to
Big Bull Weiss,
Big Bull Weiss it was, who gets the ball into the middle of the ground, comes to de Blasio. Pack of players grabs him, and the umpire says, "You did not dispose of it, son." And the ball will go to Fatullah from Bannockburn. So Fatullah kicks the ball in long, looking for Lincoln Peters. He tries to rustle the player out, but can't do so. Harding is there. He picks the ball up, goes round a couple. He straightens up looking for goal, but it's not going to get there. Tyquin in front, can't take the ball off hands. Comes off hands there now to Gibbs. Gibbs drives the ball out long into the back pocket position. Leading in the race for the ball, but intercepted was Shaw from Bannockburn. He comes in looking for Battaglia. Can't pick it up. Padani there. He gets knocked off the ball for Bannockburn. Ball comes to ground. Group of players will jump on it. And
boys, it goes to a Bannockburn player. There's a lot of congestion here, and the umpire's again going to have to ball it up. And he will ball it up with the scores on 8-6 to 4-11. Bannockburn still leading the fray here at the moment. And a goal here would put the issue in a lot of doubt for North Geelong as up it goes. No one really gets an ascendancy in the tap out. It comes out now. Out towards, I think it's Peters over there. Peters tries hard to get the ball, but it runs out just in front of him over the boundary line. And that brings the boundary umpire into play. And he says, "I'll throw it back in, boys." And he comes now. Big throw in. About 30 metres around from the Bannockburn goals. Beautifully ball picked up here by the Bannockburn boy. It goes over to Watts. Watts, he wheels around, didn't get onto the left, comes back onto the right. He's looking for Battaglia, and Battaglia takes a nice mark. Probably too far out to score, but he's got a lead here. Up it goes. Oh, intercepted and beautifully taken by the Bannockburn boy there. That was a good mark. Fatullah chipped in, and he will now have a shot. He's been a pretty good player today. I did find out during the break that Battaglia played for Werribee in the VFA with a couple of games there in the seniors when Big Harding took him down there, so no wonder he can play. As in comes Fatullah, he'll left boot it. It's a shocking kick. It goes way across the face of goal. No one, oh, there's a free kick here. Umpires picked a free kick to Bannockburn, I think.
Yeah, against Gibbs for holding out the contest.
Oh, gee, that right on the boundary line. It's not going to be an easy kick for, I think it's Kane Taylor out there. He's deep into the forward pocket, right on the boundary line. I would hope he's a right footer because he can run around. And he comes, lines him up. He doesn't run around, he runs straight in and kicks it straight over to there's a mark, a Bannockburn mark in the other forward pocket. Now this will be a harder one to kick. A little lead out here and it's come back to Watts. So that was a beautiful mark there. Who was that, Andrew?
Was it Daniel Hutchinson or
It
Padani?
was. I think it might have been Padani.
It was Padani, and he's got it out to Watts. Watts comes in. Oh, that looks a better looking kick, but it's not going to make the distance. This wind's got up a little bit, almost a North Geelong mark in defence. Bannockburn get the ball now through Tyquin. He's caught with the ball. Play-on's a call. Out come North Geelong defence, and they've done it by beautiful defensive work looking for de Blasio, but Battaglia's got himself in there again. This time left. No, now right. Sells a bit of candy. Not a good kick. Couldn't be marked by Peters. He picks it up now, though. Peters out to Watts. He's going to snap from about 48 metres out. It's a better kick than before. Oh, but Tyquin spells one in the goal. Oh, too high.
Kick.
Too high. Pay advantage. Goal. And Bannockburn.
Matthew Hovey, but it's been hard footy.
Yeah.
So ball goes up. Weiss just got the tap down for North Geelong and comes off hands. Ball comes out to Fitzsimmons now. He drives the ball past the half-forward line for North Geelong to no real advantage. No one was even close to getting the kick, but Parmenoff was leading in the race for the ball. Ball comes off hands there from Grigg. Grigg brings the ball around out wide to Shaw. Shaw goes wide again, right out on the boundary line as far as you can go so far. In fact, quarter. And it's a bit of an arm wrestle as the ball gets thrown in. Weiss gets the ball, belts it round the boundary to a little bit of advantage.
Tree, so.
As the ball comes in again, Haggerbolds, I think, got the ball down, came off hands to Peters. Goes forward. I think Schwenneson was leading in the race for the ball there, but a lot of players can't get hold of it. Comes back out to Schwenneson. Brady Watts now gets the ball. He kicks around wide, but Butch Shaw will intercept. He's free now. He drives the ball back past the half-forward line, looking for Battaglia. He has got some ice skates on him, this boy. He brings the ball back into the centre of the ground, looking for Tyquin, who flies late, but he can't get there. Shaw comes back and does his own roving. Butch Shaw now lines up. He brings the ball into the forward line. There's a loose man down there. Is that McKenzie?
Great kick, great vision.
Oh, yeah.
Can't quite pick up
He's been
who
a bit
that
quiet
was.
too, Shaw. He's just starting.
So I'm not quite sure who has the ball for Bannockburn down that far end in the pocket. It's got very dark here very quickly, but the ball comes in. I think it might have been Matthew Watts, and good mark in the last line of defence for the North Geelong side. Ball kicked out wide now, looking for Jerbies. Will he get there or will it make the boundary line? Oh, Battaglia leads in the race for the ball. He outruns Jerbies, picks it up, centres it back into the Bannockburn goal. Kick over the top. Oh, Tyquin, can he get the kick away? No, he can't. Minor score. Gee, but scoreboard. As the ball comes back into play. Jerbies has the ball deep in the back pocket. Screaming from the North Geelong bench for movers. De Blasio, he will take the ball now.
Yeah, he went over the mark, Butcher, to tell you what.
You noticed.
Yeah, and that's the consistency things we've talked about all year. So, driven forward by de Blasio, but intercepted there by Kendall, I think that was. First time we've called him for the day. Ball comes in for Bannockburn into Matthew Watts. Matthew Watts now, one of the many Wattses that's playing today.
What?
He drives the ball. He drives the ball forward. Battaglia once again picks the ball up. He pushed it into the pocket. Leading in the race for the ball is Harding. Can't come to ground. Good defence there by the North Geelong player. Picked up by Andrews. He's in a bit of trouble. Finds some space. Ball comes off hands. Battaglia again. Picks it up. Wow, weaves a bit of magic. Oh, turns it on a pin.
There's a mark.
Tyquin's got the
I
mark.
thought he missed that, and
pocket.
Tyquin has taken a one.
Either. I haven't seen anyone go and play a defensive role on it.
Well,
They've just allowed him to do what he did.
Tyquin misses one that he shouldn't have missed.
So they've got to find someone that just run with him now and shut him down.
Even if it is one of the young blokes that has almost got to waste his game. So not a real great kick back in. Looking for Bull Weiss, but a push out. Yeah, push out.
And so it was.
Haggerbol's in contest there with Weiss, tried to get possession, but he pushed him out of it. Goes looking for Taylor Reynolds right on the wing position here in front of the commentary box. Reynolds now kicks the ball forward, looking for Parmenoff. He goes and does his own roving.
It's Fano.
Comes off hands to Parker around the boundary line. Picked up by Travis Grigg. Don't do that to me, Grubby. You'll make me lose it. The ball comes around the boundary line. Picked up again by Parker. He straightens up. The ball going across the face. It will be a minor score.
Oh, they got a loose man here, but it hasn't been spotted. As in they come out towards the half-back flag. A good 50-odd metre kick. No one can take the mark now. Out they come. Oh, Broom's in the van, but he can't. He gets a hard, heavy, fair knock, and the umpire says play on. It's kicked out of the congestion. It goes back to Broom. Broom handballs onto Watts. I think it might be Shaw. Puts it on the left boot. Up in towards the forward pocket. There's Bannockburn blokes everywhere, but they can't take the mark. In they come now. They've got the ball into their centre-half forward positions. They put it up towards the big men. No one can take the mark, but he's going to play a free kick.
Free kick to
over
Harding.
the shoulder.
Oh, he's gone the other way.
No, it couldn't have.
He has. He's gone to North.
Well, it has. Well, I thought the man in front could not have possibly given a free kick away in that position, but he has. Even the North Geelong blokes were going crook in front of us, so probably an ordinary decision, but they haven't made many bad ones today. As out it comes now, it's on the wing position. North Geelong in Miller. Miller's patting along in front of him. He can't pick it up though, but he gets a boot for kick off the ground, and it goes out. Comes. Big Reek probably give a free kick away there by interfering with a ruckman. Out they come now. Who was that? It might have been Jerbies. Was it a magnificent shot for goal? He put it right through the middle.
Taylor Reynolds.
And it was Taylor.
With umpire Peters to restart play.
Bannockburn probably just paid for being a little bit wasteful then with their forward movement. They had all the play in the first 5 minutes, but they didn't capitalise.
That's right.
So Haggerbol's got the tap down and Reynolds was doing the roving. Pack of players fall on the ball. And the umpire will take the ball. Bannockburn end of the grows around the ball. Haggerbol's comes up. He's starting to come into the competition a little bit more. Schwennerson picks up the ball, gets a little cheap kick up to the side, and Parmenoff will take the ball for North Geelong, kicking up across the wing position. Looking for Reynolds. Over the top, though, came a player who's wearing a new jumper because 43 hasn't been on the ground all day. Ball comes forward. Grigg is in the way for Bannockburn. Tap off hands. Ball comes out there now to Hinchcliffe. Hinchcliffe goes back. He finds Kendall. Kendall will put the ball out onto the full. And the ball will go to Reynolds directly in front of our commentary position. So not many options for Reynolds. Little chip kick comes in now and he will find Hutchison. Hutchison kicks the ball around the boundary line, but it's a poor kick. And that will be intercepted by Jack Brawman, who has had a pretty good game of footy for a young fella.
Been good.
So Brawman, he hasn't got many options. Ball comes back up in front of the interchange position. Fatala comes off the interchange bench and gets into the competition. Comes off hands though, and it comes to Parmanoff. He puts the ball into attack. He's looking for Brigette, who can't take the ball. He's gone underneath
taken
it.
out, though.
Probably taken out of the contest to a slight degree. De Blasio gets the ball over the top. Roved there by... Oh, dearie me, it was roved there by Jervis.
Jervis, Aaron.
Come off hands and off his hands. He didn't really put the boot to ball well.
Today, yeah.
Yeah.
So Greg will drive the ball up the outer wing, half forward flank position, and a strong mark out there to, who is that? De Blasio, I think, out there. He brings the ball back in from Watts, goes in long, looking for and not finding no Reynolds. Brigette can't get into the game today in any way, shape or form. Ball comes back out to the half-back flank, picked up there by the Bannockburn player in... who was that? That was Broman again, I think that might have been. Comes to Shaw. Shaw goes a long handball over the top to Bannockburn's advantage, coming in forward looking for Harding. Harding can't pick the ball up. Peters is in there. He gets bowled over. Again, short chip kick forward, intercepted by Tyquin. He'll drive the ball forward.
Not a good kick.
Back the ball goes, and back there is Aaron Jervis, I think, for the North Geelong side. Deep in defence for North Geelong. He will go out the wing and chip a kick onto the half-back flank. Ball comes into the centre of the ground. It's going to be a race on. It's to no one's real advantage. Off hands it goes. Grigg for Bannockburn over the ball. He'll do the roving, gets the ball, picks it up and pushes it out well. Ball comes off hands to Hutchinson. Hutchinson can't make good with the ball though. Parmanoff gets it. Haggerbolz, beautiful smother by Haggerbolz. Ball's picked up by Bannockburn looking for Broom. Broom in a one-on-one contest. Now it's a two-on-one contest. Picked his body beautifully, as Grubby just said. Ball comes back to Hutchinson. He goes around the wing and he finds Lincoln Peters. Peters now, he will drive a pretty ordinary kick in forward, but it finds Harding, who's presented really well today. He's just inside the 50-metre arc here at Bannockburn in front of the social rooms. Will he go for it into this slight wind is the question, and no doubt is the answer by the looks of things.
Is it coincidence, or do North Geelong just look a little bit better when
Battaglia
was off the ground?
I was just having a look around. Gee, I haven't seen him for a while, and he just trots back on after having a spell.
So Brett Harding's run-up has started at the Railway Hotel. It's that far back. In he comes, crosses the 50-metre arc. Oh. And that is a shocker. That is going to land in the now empty netball court. So no more random whistles for the rest of the day.
Knock the fence down.
So that ball will go to North Geelong, and that's a disappointing kick from Harding. So North Geelong will bring the ball back into De Blasio, into the half-back, centre-half-back position. He's looking for options, really stagnant. Not a lot going on there for North Geelong. He'll bring the ball out wide looking for Fitzsimmons. It will go over his head and will run it.
In it comes now. Big Haggerbolz in ruck with Hollis. Bit of strength coming up here. He uses his body well, but knockout will go to the advantage of North Geelong. No, it won't now as Hinchcliffe grabs the ball. He's going to get caught for an elbow. Now puts it up towards the wing position, the true wing position out here at Victoria Park. Almost a one-hander by Watts. Is probably holding the ball. Let's play on. No one can get rid of it. They couldn't call that holding the ball. He never had any prior opportunity. A little bit of push and shove here. Here's where we like to see. We can really see what's going on. Young Blake Miller's into it, but the umpire's going to ball it up. He looks like the copper. He's got everything in charge. Up it goes. Out to who? Battaglia. Puts it on to Hinchcliffe. Puts it up towards the centre half forward position. Watkins can't pick up the ball. There's a free kick to Bannockburn then. Now it comes out to North Geelong and Jervis. Goes over to De Blasio. He puts it back. Oh, a little hand back to De Blasio, and he grabs the ball now. Gets a little left hand handball. He's almost caught that ball. It's a good kick though. Goes up to Taylor, is it? But what's his name? Reynolds. Taylor Reynolds on the right boot. Puts it in towards the forward pocket. It's not a good kick. Briggy's in the lead for the ball, but he can't pick it up. It wasn't Briggy at all anyway. It was Luke Parker, who we haven't called much today. And the score remains the same. 5-12-42 North Geelong, 9-8-62 Bannockburn. As Zinni throws the ball now. Good little throw by the little fella. He's done a good job too. As North Geelong get the tap out now. Comes out toward. Oh, good mark from Bannockburn. And that could be big number 10 in Travis Grigg out there. He puts it up towards the half-forward flank. He's looking for a Bannockburn boy. A bit too small, but he takes a great mark anyway, that boy. Hutchison it was. He puts it up towards the half-forward flank. Or the wing position. It goes back to Hutchinson now. De Blasio, not De Blasio, Battaglia. I'm really going to say Wogs in it. I won't. Up it goes, comes back out. Cliff again, puts it over. Oh, he's a good little player, this boy. Comes out through Mackenzie it was, and he's been tackled and he's been holding the ball.
The North Geelong play onto advantage, and the ball comes down looking for Parmanoff. Sorry, Miller it was. Miller lead will learn the lesson, young Mackenzie. So the ball will be thrown in. We've got Grigg. Fitzsimmons, third man up, comes over the top. Looking for anyone into North Geelong's advantage, but Peters will be first to the ball. Little handball along the boundary line, and then another one to Broome. Broome then gives another one to Grigg. Chain of handballs. They're going to have to kick the ball soon, or they're going to be in a bit of trouble. McKenzie didn't have the ball. Picked up now there by Grigg again. I think that might have been. Still working the ball along at Bannockburn. Broome butters up, tries to get a race for the ball, but the ball will go out of Broome. Bring the ball around. 3 minutes gone here in the third quarter. As the ball comes back in, Weiss gets the ball, but Lincoln Peters does the roving. He tumbles the ball forward. Brady Watts, though, good defence for North Geelong. He brings the ball back out to the half-back flank position. The ball comes off hands there, and it is going to the hands of Matthew Watts. Matthew Watts puts a kick in. I think Andrews has chipped in the way there, and Andrews now will bring the ball out. So it comes out to advantage. Coming out there is, who is that? That is Aaron Jervis. He's got a ton of space, but Battaglia is the chaser, so the space closes up very, very quickly. Comes back in forward and finds Matthew Watts for Bannockburn. Watts now, he goes around one, delivers the ball long, but the kick is wayward, and Weiss will step in the way. Ball comes out to Fitzsimmons. He will bring it out onto the wing position. So Fitzsimmons now looking for options. Reynolds presents, but he goes longer looking for Miller, and Miller leads well and takes the ball. Brigette really needs to present here. He puts it up nice for him, but he can't get there. Good defence by Jamie Van Ingen there. He brings the ball out, comes to Grigg. Ball now up along the boundary line for Bannockburn, right in front of the commentary position, and Parmenoff gets in the way for North Geelong and will take the mark. Probably about 80 metres out from goal. Shocking kick, tumbling punt back in, but it beats them all. It's a races on, but Aaron Broome will get back there comfortably. And it's a 3 versus 2 contest as Broome takes the ball out wide, looking for Shaw, who fumbles one that he shouldn't, given his skill at the level of football. He comes into the true centre half back position and finds Grigg, and Bannockburn will reset. So they go out wide now.
They just need to slow it down and find a way through here, Bannockburn.
So the ball comes out wide. Fatullah presents on the far wing position on a long lead. Fatullah now needs to do something with this ball. He goes long up to the half-forward flank, flying for the ball, but Bannockburn, so it's really turned into a game of kick-to-kick in the last few minutes. So North Geelong, I think that could be Andrews out there. It's getting a bit dark.
Well, that's always my excuse, isn't it?
Well, that's the one I'm using for the rest of the day, because the clouds are getting thicker and thicker. As the ball comes off hands, comes to Matthew Watts. He will drive the ball back into attack for Bannockburn. Comes off hands, intercepted there for North Geelong by Woods. Woods kicks the ball out long, back out into the half-forward flank position, attacking end of the ground, and it will run out of bounds on that half-forward flank.
You're going to have to keep commentating. Lynn Robinson's just standing in front of the box. I can't see over the top of her here at the moment.
Ball comes back in now. Weiss gets the tap down. Goes to North Geelong's advantage. East Geelong are playing a whole different game somewhere else. Broome is in there. He can't pick the ball up. It's a real bit of a scrambly game of footy it's turned in the last few minutes. Not a lot of score on the scoreboard, on the De Grande Cycle and Sport scoreboard. We'll get the sponsor's name in once more as the boundary umpire again will throw the ball in. 23 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Weiss again gets the tap. Can't really drive it forward. Picked up off hands there by McKenzie for Bannockburn. Ball pushed around the boundary line, and for the fourth time in as many seconds almost, the boundary umpire will get involved and throw the ball back into play. So in it comes, Haggard Bowles v Weiss, and Weiss gets the handball, but Broome takes the ball and is tackled to the ground. Said a little bit too high. Don't know if it was quite there or not. Pricey?
Oh, I think he was sick of boundary line throw-ins, so he decided to pluck one out there.
Yeah, I think they go those sling tackles now. You never know what it is. But Broome now comes in onto the right foot, puts it up towards the wing position. It's very dark and rainy out there now. The weather's settling in and the ball goes out of bounds right out on the outer side of here at Victoria Park, with Bannockburn 9-8-62 leading North Geelong 5-12-42 on the... There's a lot of players around the ball. It'll be hard to get it out. Big ball Weiss gets a nice tap out, but it goes to the advantage of the Bannockburn boys. No one can pick it up. Oh, Broome's in there. Someone's got one around the head, and I think it could be him. The player's advantage, though, as they come through with Watts through to the centre of the ground. He's looking up forward for Harding, I think it is, and he almost takes a good mark. Here's that man again in Battaglia. He's been absolutely sensational. He's going to run down and kick a goal, this kid. His second bounce, puts it up towards, he hasn't made the distance. And, that would have been the goal of the day, that one. I thought he was going to do it. We picked it early, but he hasn't quite kicked it well enough, and it's gone through for one behind.
I don't know why Timothy McDonald turned his back on him.
Unbelievable. And out it comes now. Onto the half-back flank. It's a good kick out, and there they come now, North Geelong. The ball's in 2 kicks has gone all the way up to the half-forward flank for them, but the ball rolls out of bounds over the line, deep into their half-forward flank here at Victoria Park at the moment. Funny old game at the moment as Big Bull West come.
Well, it could be, and here's the psyche of which side's got the courage to take the game on in this 4 minutes.
So Hollis roves the ball off to no one's advantage, and the ball will go straight back out of bounds. I reckon the out-of-bounds throw-in has happened over in that spot of the ground, probably 15 or 20 times today. Back in it comes one more time. Picked up by Broom, but he can't get the ball away. Slung to the ground again. If it was a free last time, it's probably a free this time, but it's not. Comes off hands. That's McKenzie, I think. McKenzie puts the ball out wide, and that is found. Who is that?
Jervis,
found, is it? Heiss. It has found, and he will bring the ball in, and big Travis Grigg will intercept that for Bannockburn at the true centre-half back position. So Grigg looking for opportunities and not a lot presenting. Umpire says play on you and get on with it. Battaglia comes all the way up from the half-forward flank to the pocket. He can't pick the ball up. Chips a little short, chip round the corner. Broom v de Blasio, and that is the 26.5-minute mark, and the siren has gone. And, of course, there has not been much score in this quarter, but the score is 9-9-63 Bannockburn, 5-12-42. And the ball is thrown up, comes down to Weiss. Weiss dives on the ball for North Geelong as we get underway here in the last quarter at Victoria Park. Heap of players fall on the ball, and the umpire will restart it so we can have a second go at it. So, first goal is going to matter here in this last quarter. Weiss v Hagger Bowles. Weiss has probably had the advantage of those two, but he hasn't been on the ground probably to the same extent that Hagger Bowles has. He gets the ball now. Weiss, though, bustles it forward. Comes off hands now. Leading in the race for the ball is Ho. Ho for Bannockburn picks up the ball, drives it forward, looking for Tyquin. Tyquin can't get there. Spoiled by de Blasio. He will run it back over the line, and that will be a minor score for the Bannockburn side. 9-10-64. 5-12-42. Smith Holden Blood Suzuki scoreboard. Less than a minute gone. Ball comes back in. Shaw, little hands in the back, falls over and then gets a boot to it. But to no avail. It will run out of bounds.
He did well, Shaw, then. Keep the ball in the area.
Yeah, terrific.
Ball comes in. Hagger Bowles in front position, but Weiss sweeps the ball over the back, comes off hands. Who's that? Parker leading for the ball. Parker breaks through and gets the ball forward. Off hands, probably in the back there, but not played. Comes off hands to Jervis, I think that was, or Taylor Reynolds, in fact. And the ball will run out of bounds.
There's nothing like natural leg speed, is it?
I had it years ago.
Ball comes off hands, it goes to Weiss. He brings the ball back down.
Legs or speed?
Yeah, or both. Might have one leg. Ball comes off hands now. Big pack of players form in the middle of the ground, but Parker picks up the ball. He sees Weiss out on the wing. Ball comes forward now, looking for the North Geelong player who is alone.
Jeez, that's bad
he gets
defence.
it off hands to a handball by hands to Reynolds. He takes a bounce but can't deliver. Comes off hands to North Geelong now. Into the pocket. It's a bit stagnant. Chip kick into the middle of the ground. Is it to advantage? Miller can't pick it up. Said he has been held.
Oh, no.
Said he has been
Advantage
held.
goal.
Advantage goal. Weiss once again gets the tap down, but comes off hands. Battaglia will do the roving. He goes forward looking for Tyquin. Comes off hands. Picked up there by McKenzie, I think that might have been. He can't get back into the play, though. And it will be covered up. Getting very, very hard to see out here. As a little bit of light rain is falling.
They invented lights that out here at Bannockburn yet?
Grubby's car is getting wet. Ball comes off hands to de Blasio. He gets his quick kick. Comes to Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons drives the ball back up to the half-back flank position. Comes off hands. Rove by Parker.
A throw. He threw it all right.
A throw it comes. Unfortunate. But gets into the hands there, I think, of Peters. Peters will drive the ball forward. Come forward looking for Tyquin. Tyquin's in a one-out position. He tries to take a one-hander and can't. It will be a Holden Blood Suzuki scoreboard. Ball comes back into Schwenneson. Still deep in defence for North Geelong as the rain continues to fall. Looking for Parker. He was in a 2-on-1 situation and they said he was infringed in that 2-on-1 situation. Reynolds don't take the advantage now. So the ball comes back to Parker. Parker looking for opportunities now. He's on the centre wing position. Kicks through the ball. Going forward looking for a contest. Picked up there by Fisher, that was. Fisher drives the ball in, but outmarked. Great back defence. Is that back there? Is that Watts back there? I think.
No.
Look at the young. Oh, that's the young fella, Broman again. He's had a good. He's had a good day, Broman. So off to the wing position it comes. North Geelong through Jervis. Conditions getting heavier. The lead could be enough in a slippery condition game at the end. So Weiss gets the ball down. Comes off hands to Shaw. Shaw's been a fair bit involved today. Breggett up on the wing. He wouldn't know what the wing looked like. It's probably a long time since he's been up this far up the ground. Picked up off hands. Ball comes out there via the bloke. I think it is. I think it's Van Ingen who's might have had
That's
a jump.
a great kick.
Comes to Peters. Peters gets the ball now. Comes off hands to Matthew Watts. He drives the ball long into Bannockburn's forward position. Is it going to break right? It's not. Oh, possibly infringed. Type gone. As the ball comes back in and Watts will take the resulting mark.
Where's the three-quarter time scores?
I haven't heard the three-quarter time scores yet. We're waiting for Alan to ring them through.
Oh, you're worried about Werribee?
No, I'm going home.
As Fitzsimmons gets the ball, it comes over the top. Broom is there. He intercepts. He tries to get the ball free. Another goal for Bannockburn will be just about the end for North. You would think. Big flash of bodies there.
And fair as you like
goes
too.
down. Oh, a little bit high, but fair as fair.
I don't know. He went down in a crouch and he staged it a bit. There's nothing wrong with him. And that was the fairest bump as you'll ever see. Don't worry about that.
Dylan Fisher laid it. It was good, it was clean, and it was hard.
I think Broomy tried to get a free kick out of that.
So Breggett handballs the ball off. He gives it to Parker. Parker will drive the ball long. Looking for and finding Miller, not quite. And the ball will run out.
Bannockburn a score, he would really put the game in jeopardy for them. As in comes Fano, throws it in. Up it goes now. No one it's taken out of the ruck and kicked almost through for a goal. There was Broom's probably infringed. It goes through for a point. And the umpire says 1 point. And I'll tell you what, there's a fair bit of danger up there. If Bannockburn can't get the ball out, as they come now, puts the ball back into play. It's a long kick. It travels almost into the centre of the ground. Geez, that's a big kick. Tyquin can't get the ball. It's picked up by North Geelong players. They've held it in on him. He's dived on it. Umpire says play on it. Comes out now. Oh, beautiful play out there. Could be Fitzsimmons as it puts it right into the teeth of goals. North Geelong in the van. Can't quite get it. Push it through, son. He could be holding the ball up here. It's not paid by the umpire. Fair enough too. And now he'll have to come in and bounce it. You would think he's leaving it a long, long time.
Didn't want to pay it in the square.
Could well have paid that. I'll tell you what, it was very, very close. He did have a little bit of prior opportunity. When you take 1 or 2 steps, Pricey, you're always a chance.
You are, he's a little bit lucky.
And then they come now, snapped out of the air from North Geelong. It's going to hit the post. No, straight up in the air. Couldn't quite see it. Out it comes now. Nobody can pick it up. They all dive on it again, and they've scrunched it all up, Bannockburn. They've dived on the footy, and umpire says, give it a man. I'll throw it up again. There come our scores, I reckon, for God's sake. Up it goes now. Big ball, Weiss in ruck. Gets a big punch out. It wasn't him, it was Hollis. But it comes out now to Bannockburn. They put it up towards the wing position. In they go in hard. No one can get the ball. It's Lincoln Peters running for the ball. Gets a little kick off the ground. He used a fair bit of pace there, Peters. He needs to use it again because Big Hollis picks the ball up. Gets a little handball out to Swinnerson. Can't grab it. It's punched away from him. Brady Watts leads in the race for the ball, but the ball beats him. Bannockburn need 1 too.
Yeah, really smart then by Kane Taylor. Didn't try and take it out of the air, just punched it forward.
A great play. In they come now. Goes to Tyquin. Tyquin gets a funny old kick. It's in the direction of Battaglia, but he's outgunned and out-talled out there by the North Geelong defence. They put it back towards the centre of the ground. It goes to Heath. Heath or Heiss, however you want to say it, gets around into the right boot. He comes across the ground. He's looking for a big fly, but no one's there. It gets punched away. He's picked up again now by Hollis over to Jervis it is. Jervis comes out to Andrews it is. No, it's not. It's Daniel Gibbs. Gibbs gets a funny little kick towards the forward line. And they go in hard. He's trying to get a free kick here. He's dived on the ball and holding the ball. He dived on it and didn't let it out. Fair enough. It could be 50. Gibbs has probably copped one and staged a little bit. Goes back now. Too far out to score. He's going to have to find an option. Gets onto the right boot. He's just kicked it into the centre and hope for the best. And it's punched away by the Bannockburn defence. And out they come. And over there towards I think that is Matthew Watts, and Matthew Watts, oh hello, there's a bit of a knock on behind play now, it's just a bit of a bump. Lincoln Peters is too small for this one, punched away from him by Swenderson.
Lincoln Peters probably questioned the umpire's lineage, shall we say.
Okay. North Geelong to take the free kick on centre wing. Puts it down in the half-forward flank. A big mark by Bannockburn, not paid. Didn't pay it, didn't quite grab it. They scuttle the ball over towards the boundary line. It's picked up by Fitzsimmons. He drives it back into the forward line. This looks dangerous. No one can take the mark. The young boys are up there. Is it Paranov? No, it's Miller. Miller has a snapshot for goal.
Kicks it to Paramov.
Yeah.
Paramov's taken the mark.
He's marked it. Geez, I thought that went through the points then. Well, they're the young blokes working together, pricing.
Yeah, it's what you want to see. But shocking by Peters to dispute that back here.
And he's missed it. Well, it hasn't cost him too much.
Lions 4-10, Anarchy 11-5, and Werribee Central's 21-19, Winchelsea 3 goals 2.
Oh, no.
As the ball comes out, but intercepted by North Geelong by Breggett, I think that might have been.
No, it was Andrews.
Was it Andrews, was it? And
Boys, I've got to go to a birthday party.
Happy birthday, Grubby. We'll see you later, mate.
Oh, yeah, thanks very much. See you, Pricey.
Enjoy.
So there's Grubby signing off as the ball comes to Watts. Watts now drives the ball down long. Looking for Fatala, but he can't get the ball. Comes off hands. Oh, Fatala crushed under a weight of play. Spills out the back. No, the umpire's not going to pay advantage. I think Fatala's going to get that free. Well deserved because he crunched into his back.
Lucky they didn't pay the advantage because Bannockburn missed.
He missed the goal, did he?
He missed the goal.
As he called it back, I took my eyes influence in that centre position when he has been involved. 12 minutes gone here.
Well, they probably need to leave Weiss on and run the game out. He's an
Absolutely.
experienced ruckman. He knows what to do. He's a bloke that can push forward and take a catch. So I'd leave him out there for the rest of the game.
So Fatala, 25 metres out. He's got under that one and the umpire's running across and he has missed that. 9-13-60.
Yeah.
So the ball comes back in. Watts, though, comes through and intercepts beautifully. He takes the ball for North Geelong on the half-back position. Comes out wide looking for Parker, and Parker takes a strong mark right in front of the commentary position. He'll work the ball up the wing now. He's looking for Reynolds. He can't take the ball. Comes off hands probably a little bit high it was to Matthew Ho.
Ho, take the mark, take the kick, sorry.
Advantage is not paid, and the ball will be Matthew Ho, and the umpire calls time on, and we are underway again. So he drives the ball long, looking for anyone up there. Tyquin flies but can't bring the ball to ground in what is now pretty wet conditions. Watts probably gets his head pulled off. Umpire says, I will have it.
No, fair decision in the end.
Yeah, I think so too, I agree. A lot of players around the ball here. Ball goes up, Weiss Hagger bowls. Oh, no one really goes to advantage and it will run out of bounds in front of the scoreboard.
Yeah, look, North have got to take the game on through the middle. They're 3 goals down.
They do indeed. So it comes in. Weiss gets the ball. He taps it to advantage. Oh, a trip there to Fitzsimmons without a shadow of doubt. So he goes long now to the centre of the ground looking for Dan Gibbs in a 2-on-1. Oh, Gibbs was too busy worrying about what was coming at him. Dropped the ball. Does his own roving and gets a little chip kick out. Comes off hands, goes over the top. But
they're out the back.
They've got a little free runner out the back here. Is that Parker? No, that's Swenderson. Swenderson brings the ball in long, but Bannockburn in the way. Comes off hands, falls over the top. That one was 4.
Oh, look, he said he's gone high on Brent Jervis, but
Yeah,
I was in the contest.
Yeah, I didn't quite see it in the contest myself, but Jervis will take the ball. Look, he is probably 40 metres out. Really needs to drive this one home for North Geelong. Kicks the ball, it's not going to make the distance, and it's going to spray across the park as well. Miller tries to take the mark, but he can't get there. Parmanoff does a bit of roving, but the ball will run out of bounds in the... Paranoff takes the ball out of the ruck and handballs, but he handballs it to Broom. Broom gets it out and goes back now to, I think that might have been Van Ingen. Ball comes up long towards the centre of the ground, but a good mark there by Swenderson. He will bring the ball. He sees Watts. Watts is all alone in the centre of the ground. He's got time to take a few steps and stitch somebody up. Fitzsimmons does a lot of running and gets to the ball on the half-forward flank. He's got to go long and bomb it long. He does. He goes for home. Over the back flies Miller. Can't get it. Comes off hands. It will run through for a minor score. That was an opportunity.
That player, they need to kick 3 goals to hit the front.
So the ball is brought back in. Some great kicking in from full-back has been a feature of Bannockburn's game today, but Reynolds intercepts for North Geelong and drives them back into attack. Ball drops between a number of players. Jerby's running onto it, but Battaglia gets in the way. He does a quick chip off the ground. Oh, straight back though to Derek Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons, he's going to move the ball, switch it into the middle. Looks like that could be Andrews out there. Andrews now. He is at true centre-half forward position. He does a little chip kick in there. He's found Aaron Jervis, the other of the Jervis. Aaron Jervis now. He's on a 30-degree angle. He drives the ball long. It's not going to be accurate. Over the back. Braggett! Braggett takes one of his trademark flyers, and it's about time he got involved in the game. Taking an absolute specky. He's hard on the boundary line, though. It's going to be a difficult kick even for him.
For mine, great mark and all. Hands in the back. Would have played it the other way.
You would have played it the other way?
Yeah,
very
certainly put the hands in the back.
So, Braggett.
The umpire just wasn't game enough because it was a spectacular mark. He wasn't game
fly.
enough to call it.
It was one of Paul Braggett's trademark flies. Kicks the banana and kicks it through, I would think. Much needed goal.
Close enough if good enough.
Back in the middle of the ground. Up goes the ball. Weiss probably gets the tack down. Comes to Watts. His kick is retarded just as it goes forward, so Andrews intercepts for North Geelong. He gets the ball off hand. Hagger bowls, taken when he probably didn't have it, but no free kick is resulting. Umpires letting it go in the rain. Ball comes out. Little kick off the ground by Peters. It gets smothered. Big chip kick high up in the air to no one's advantage. No 10. Play on is the call. Comes back to the Bannockburn player. They're just kicking wildly out at the moment, but they've got a loose man now. Kicks forward in Matthew Watts to a one-on-one competition. De Blasio low leads in the race for the ball. Oh, clash of heads there from Fatala again, putting his head over the ball. Comes off hands. It's pushing forward to the Bannockburn line. North Geelong players falling on it from everywhere. They've defended well. And that is going to be a 19 minutes gone in this last quarter. It won't be a long quarter. There's only been a couple of goals kicked, and the last one only went for 26. So the ball comes back into play. Weiss knocks the ball forward. And a number of players, as the rain is getting really quite heavy now out here at Victoria Park. So the throw up comes off hands. Bannockburn player again. Bannockburn players jump on the ball, and the umpire's going to have to throw it up again. Bannockburn and North Geelong are going to need to do something to get it away out of this contest, aren't
Well,
they?
North Geelong need a third man up and clear the area. Try and create, just get it out into space and run onto it. You can't allow Bannockburn to keep jumping on the footy here.
So Weiss, no one really gets the tap out again to no advantage, and again falls to the feet of the players. Little chip kick from Weiss out. Parker tries to get there. Battaglia off hands.
He's kicked
Goal!
the
Goal to Battaglia. And a really, really well-deserved...
Go forward, fine. Or throw Hollands into the ruck and throw Weiss forward. Weiss is a smart bloke. He'll find you a goal.
Yeah, so Hutchinson is the man that comes off, though, for Hollis. So Doggy Ryan's heard our discussion. So Reynolds for North Geelong trying to get the ball out, but it can't. Comes back to Peters. Peters gets a kick down forward. Oh, good mark there again. So that man, Battaglia.
You watch how smart he is here. He will just walk back. He will milk the clock. He will milk his 30 seconds.
Game for the club, or whether it's his, because he was unnumbered early in the piece, but Battaglia comes in, but he's made a hell of a difference to this Bannockburn outfit. Kicks the ball now. The umpire has not moved a millimetre, and that is
Bannockburn Junior. Has played junior
there
footy.
You go. Well, it's good when they come back to their home club, and it's great. Ball back in the middle, so Bannockburn back in control of this game of footy. Weiss, though, gets the handball down, comes off hand to Reynolds. Probably held a little bit as a play off play, but doesn't really warrant a free kick. Parker gets the ball. Comes out wide there to Jervis. Jervis tackled by 2-3 Bannockburn players. Comes off hand, picked up by Tyquin. He's been relatively quiet today, so that news of a virus is probably fair call. Comes off hands now to North Geelong will relieve in defence. He's coming out wide looking for Andrews. Andrews running overhead, comes over the ball. He gets a kick, just pushes it up to the wing position. Looking for Fitzsimmons. Battaglia in the way again though. Gets a handball as he falls over. Comes off hands there to Heiss. Heiss picks the ball up. That man Battaglia again goes around, turns on a pin, kicks the ball back, chips it up the wing, but Andrews will get in the way. Slips over almost. And he's going to relieve and go back into the centre of the ground. They need to get forward, though, and they need to get forward quickly, North Geelong. It's probably beyond them. They chip now, up the wing, looking for Fitzsimmons, and he will take the ball right in front of the commentary position. Battaglia's running well, though, but he's
got Reynolds to run forward for him if you can get there.
Comes off hands. Reynolds can't get the ball, though. Comes off hands there to, I think that might be Shaw as he changed jumpers. He's done that to me before. Ball picked up there by Gibbs.
Gibbs kicks it into
kicks
Parker.
long down to Parker, and Parker will take the mark, and he needs to be quick. He can't muck around with it. He's probably about 30 metres out on a 30-degree angle, right in front of the social rooms. Rain falling heavily here at Victoria Park.
So Fisher comes back off, and Brent Jervis comes back on. And it looks like Battaglio is heading to the bench. He's done enough. He's won on the game.
He has done the
It's time
job.
to ice up.
Brigitte flies again, and this time cannot take
Off hands,
a
out of
mark,
bounds.
and it is out of bounds.
Left forward pocket for North Geelong, if we can see that far.
Indeed. Throw-in umpire says we'll do that again. Young boundary umpire's done a good job out there today.
Oh, look, I think all of them have. You know, they've imposed themselves with a couple of strange decisions, and we're a long way away from the play sometimes, so they can see a little bit better than what we can when they're close to it. But all in all, they've done a really good job.
I agree, because we haven't really noticed them that much,
No.
and that's a sign of a good umpire for mine. That came off hands. Miller got the tap down. Bannockburn players fall on it. They're just going to close this game down now. 25 and a half minutes gone. It's probably far too far gone for North Geelong. Bannockburn don't want to let anything else go through, though, and they will wrestle on top of the ball, and it will be balled up.
Yeah, Miller tried to bust his way through, but Bannockburn wouldn't have any of it. They just conceded another throw up, and that's all they're after at the minute.
So ball thrown up again. Hagabowles gets the ball. He gets the tap down, ducked under a couple, comes out looking for Broome. Off hands, though, Reynolds is leading in the race for the ball. No, that was Jervis. Pretty hard to pick him up in the rain. They're all looking a bit similar. Umpire's found a free kick, though.
Yeah, soft free kick. It was there, but it was soft. He
And
played
the free
for it.
kick will go to Jervis.
Aaron Jervis will, where's he at, 35, 40 metres out. Relatively straight in front. He'll take the shot.
Jervis puts the ball, goes underneath it a little bit. It's probably not going to make the distance. Allows for a bit of a fly in the thing. Miller in the square will take a solid mark. He's directly in front. Will chip it through for a goal. That he does, which allows us to mention the sponsors. 8:15:63.
Big men are still big at the end of the day, and little men, it takes a fair bit to jump, especially in these conditions. So he stood tall, took the mark, and went back and kicked the goal.
Back in the middle of the ground, Weiss gets a big tap out, but Shaw, I think that is, gets in roves to his football. He'll bring it out to the wing position here. That's Andrews leading in the race for the ball, knocks it back in, looking to the advantage of de Blasio. He goes back even further, comes back out to North Geelong. Andrews goes back around and tries to get the ball back to advantage. He can't. Is that Tyquin there? Tyquin leading in the race for the ball. He gets a handball away. Picked up there by Hinchcliffe leading in the race for the ball. Goes around one, gets dispossessed. Does his own work though, probably taken a little high. Ball goes forward, looking for, I think it was Harding. He kicks off the ground and a minor score.
Unlucky, did well then.
Timekeepers could do the right thing by us, I think, and put us out of our misery. De Blasio will take the ball, just short of the true centre-half back position. He will go long to the outer wing. Oh, it's hard to pick the players up now, I've got to tell you. Picked up off the ground, I think, there by Shaw, is it again? Oh, in the back there, umpire, not played. Off hands, had the head over the ball. Ball comes out there to young Roman, who is we've called quite a lot today, and he's been serviceable in this Bannockburn side. Weiss picks the ball up, comes off hands though. I think that was Hagabowles, brings the ball forward looking for Harding. Harding can't take one of those trademark marks he's been doing all day in these wet conditions. Comes off hands there, looking for Hutchinson. I think that might have been in the pocket. North Geelong go back and
Harding
defend.
back in there again. Probably could have got a free kick
Harding
for
put his
head
head over
high.
the ball, but he probably had the head down when he ran in. But hard in these conditions for the umpires,
Brady.
no doubt about it.
Brady Watts just wraps him up, and we have another ball up.
Been a lot of those today. So right in the heart of the Bannockburn forward line. Comes off hands. Andrews tries to thump the ball through for a minor score. Can't get it away. Umpire says give it to me, and we'll have another stoppage. 29, nearly 30 minutes gone. Quarter's probably gone longer than I expected it to, given how long the third quarter went for. Ball comes off hands. Reek can't get a ball. He's been wrapped up after that knock he got earlier. Fair bit of bandaging going on there. Ball comes off hands. Hagabowles.
Flying shot, but across the front for a point.
11-15, 81 to 8-15, 63. So the scoring shots are somewhat different now, or the same in terms of the behinds.
Well, there's only 3 different scoring shots for the day.
Yeah,
so
it shows, doesn't it? But North Geelong really probably didn't take advantage of some of theirs as they bring the ball back in via Andrews. He gets the ball out to the long half-back flank position on the outer side of the ground. Comes off hands. Peters is in there. It's picked up there, I think, by Watts. That might be Brady Watts has picked the ball up. De Blasio, he gets a handball out wide looking for Parmanoff, who's come up from the forward line to have a run on the ball.
There it is.
And there is the siren, 30 minutes and 25 seconds, and Bannockburn will be the victors, 11-15-81 Bannockburn to...